on your side.
It's noon, and that breaking news is out of Mitchell International Airport this noon hour, where we understand a plane from the 128th Air Refueling Wing is circling the airport right now, trying to make an emergency landing. This is what we know right now as we check out a live picture from our tower camera aimed at the airport. The KC-135 lost an engine and may also be having trouble with its landing gear. Again, it's circling the airport, waiting for an opportunity to land after burning off some fuel. Those are the few details that we have confirmed right now. We have Lieutenant Nathan Wallen from the 128th Air Refueling Wing on the line with us right now. And Lieutenant, is what I just said, is that accurate? You've got the KC-135 with one engine out?
Mr. Vitrano, yes, that is correct. We have what we commonly refer to as an IFE, an in-flight emergency. One of the four engines on the Stratotanker aircraft has failed. So currently, right now, the aircraft is circling the airfield in an attempt to burn off some excess fuel. Being an air refueling tanker, the jet takes off. It's got a heavy load, and it's common procedure to burn off some of that fuel before they land.
And that was going to be my next question, Lieutenant. I mean, how much fuel were they looking at? Were they on their way back from a mission, so they might have been a little bit lighter, or was this early on in the flight?
Those details aren't confirmed yet. We're actually actively trying to find that out. I can't answer that accurately at this time.
And we are looking at a live picture here. If you can see off in the distance as we've been checking with our camera, you can see the aircraft that we're talking about. Lieutenant, just give folks, if you would, an idea about the KC-135. As you mentioned, it does have four engines. It's a large aircraft, but provided everything else is working okay, it should be able to operate on those three engines. That's
correct, yes. It's a common feature of military equipment redundancies. So, four engines, one are down, things are fine. It's like you say, it's currently circling just in an attempt to burn the fuel. So.
And I'm just informing our viewers, Lieutenant, of what we're looking at here in our tower camera. You can see some of the emergency vehicles there waiting for the aircraft to land. I think you may have mentioned this, but I'm not sure if we've covered it. How long do you think that plane's going to be up there waiting to burn off that fuel?
That I don't know yet. As you alluded to earlier, we're not sure at what stage of the flight that this occurred. We don't know yet the specific fuel load, and not being a pilot myself, I'm not sure the actual burn rate. But I don't anticipate it being a long circle, a long flight.
We should also point out, Lieutenant, that it's not terribly infrequent that you get calls of a distressed aircraft or some sort of trouble in the air. The vast majority of these landings turn out quite well.
That's correct, yes. The term IFE, in-flight emergency, is a bit of a misnomer. It's just, in the military, we train. These aircraft are very, very well maintained. We've got one of the best maintenance squadrons in the entire Air National Guard, and it's just, as with anything going live on a newscast, if something isn't right, you make sure it's right before you go. So any little blip, we take care of it before it, gets out of control. And that's all this is in this case right now.
I've had the opportunity to fly with you folks there on a couple of missions where you invited the media along board to see what you do. If you can just inform our viewers as well, you mentioned this is Air National Guard, so these are a lot of folks who live right here in Wisconsin who are part of the Air Guard and part of our community who are on board the aircraft and who are part of this response as well.
That's correct, sir. Yes, we commonly refer to ourselves as Milwaukee's hometown Air Force, 900 plus Air National Guard members. We all live in the community. I live on Milwaukee's east side. I'm a UW-Milwaukee graduate. By nature, the National Guard pulls their members from the local community. So everybody out here, most of us born and raised from Milwaukee. We've got some Illinois, some Minnesota residents, but the vast majority of our members live in Milwaukee, call Milwaukee home. Cheer for the Brewers, cheer for the Packers. It's a real good team out here. It's a family vibe because for that exact reason, we're all from Milwaukee. This is our home.
Well, Lieutenant, best wishes as we continue to monitor this situation. I will let you go because I know everybody's busy over there. We'll keep an eye on it, and we appreciate you spending some time with us off the top here at noon.
No problem, Vince. Thank you, sir.
All right, again, we will keep monitoring this breaking news situation. Again, that plane, the KC-135, a four-engine aircraft for the 128th Air Refueling Wing based out of Mitchell International Airport, is circling the airport right now, burning off some excess fuel before it attempts an emergency landing. As we pointed out in my conversation with the lieutenant, the vast majority of these end just fine. These are precautions, but as you see the emergency vehicles out there at Mitchell International right now awaiting that landing, and we will bring that to you as soon as we know the landing